Drafting with Numot is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com and GatheringMagic.com. Explore the game. Hey everybody, Numot here. This time I'm going to bring you a special flashback draft format. This one is going to be Triple Rise of the Eldrazi. So if you've never had the chance to play with it before, I'm going to give you a few days before the set goes down to give it a shot. It's a very, very fun format, so let's join the queue. We'll see you back when it fires. Okay, draft is a go. What do we have here? I'll let you guys look at the rare here first. It's kind of a sweet, but not one I'm too particularly keen on taking. 1 red sorcery is an additional cost to cast Devastating Summon, sacrifice X lands, put 2 XX red elemental creature tokens onto the battlefield. Now this card can do some serious work. There are some cards that give haste in this format, and in an aggressive red deck, it's usually pretty sweet. The uncommons here are quite nice. We have Forked Bolt for starters. The 1 red, deal 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 target creatures or players. Bramblesnap is sweet. 1 green, 1 colorless for a 1/1 trample. Tap an untapped creature you control. Bramblesnap gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Some other good cards in this pack. Aura Gnarlid is pretty nice. Last Kiss is a fine removal spell. Seagate Oracle is also a fine one. I'm going to go ahead and take Bramblesnap here. This card can do a lot of work, especially in a format where you can get a lot of token creatures. We'll see where this leads off to, though. Immediately rewarded. Now, we notice that the rare is missing, so that's something to note. But we do have a Kozilek's Predator and a Nest Invader here. Now, I was talking about creature or tokens being, produced in this format, and these are 2 of the best ones in green. You're going to get a lot of Eldrazi tokens. Remember, this is the format with like Emrakul, Ulamog, and Kozilek. So, Kozilek's Predator here, I think, going to be the pick for me, although, to note, we are passing Heat Ray, which is probably a better card than Kozilek's Predator. But, well, Bramblesnap and Kozilek's Predator go pretty nicely together. Also passing a Vent Sentinel, if you want to go down in that route. This one's pretty cool too, but Predator is just value. I'm going to go ahead and take that here and see where this leads us. If I can go turn 2 Bramblesnap, turn 3 creature, turn 4 Predator, Bramblesnap is already going to be hitting in for a lot of damage. The nice thing, and sometimes people don't recognize this, is that Bramblesnap actually comes into play as like a 2/2, right? Because unlike a lot of abilities, this one you can activate it even if it's summoning sick, so something to note. Here I'm probably going to end up taking Growth Spasm as a ramp effect, but Jaddi Lifestrider is surprisingly good. It's a 2/8 for 5, so base stats are surprisingly decent. It's got a huge butt, but when it enters the battlefield, you may tap any number of untapped creatures you control. You gain 2 life for each creature tapped this way. And again, with as many tokens as there are in this format, you can gain upwards of 10+ life pretty easily. Guard Duty is a nice one. There are a ton of creatures that you absolutely need to deal with in this format, and Guard Duty is a very cheap, efficient way of doing so. But I think I'm going to stay on color, and this helps me splash later if I need to. Growth Spasm is going to be the pick for me here. Hopefully, generally if I'm green, I like to go either like red or black. We'll have to see though. Alright. Well, if this was an Ulamog's Crusher, I would happily take it, but Hand of Emrakul is just about the worst Eldrazi that you can get. Aura Gnarlid is certainly fine. I do like Kabira Vindicator. There are a lot of levelers in this format. Leveling up is activated ability that you can only use at sorcery speed, and the creature gains extra abilities, power and toughness, etc., based on what level it is. So, for instance, this Kabira Vindicator starts off as a 2/4 for 4, which is fine by itself, but then if you level it up anywhere between levels 2 and 5, it's going to give your creatures extra bonuses. Pawn of Ulamog is okay. Wave Watch is very solid, but I think I'm going to stick to green for now and take the Aura Gnarlid. It's a 3-mana 2/2. Creatures with power less than Aura Gnarlid can't block it, and it gets +1/+1 for each Aura on the battlefield. So that includes your opponents. Kind of an interesting pick here. So, Time of Heroes is actually a bomb in the Leveler deck. It's 1 white, 1 colorless enchantment. Each creature you control with a level counter on it gets +2/+2. So just permanently, static ability or whatever. Quite good. Green is not really known for its levelers, unfortunately. I mean, the levelers it does have are uncommons and rare, I think, but they're all bombs and hard to get. I think I'm going to go ahead and just take the Jaddi Lifestrider here. I was talking about it earlier. This card is fine. Snake Umbra is a nice one. Looks like we might be moving into the Aura Gnarlid type deck. If you can just get any number of Aura Gnarlids, especially with like Snake Umbra or Boar Umbra, just gets out of control really quickly. Now the Umbras are weird. They're enchantments, but they have totem armor attached to them. If you don't know what that does, it's if enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead remove all damage from it and destroy the aura instead. Now if you have multiple auras, you get to choose which one is destroyed. And you have to realize that cards like Induce Despair, which we might see later on in this draft, permanently deal with the creature, but any damage-based thing, and you remove the aura instead of the creature, which is really nice. Interesting. There's a Last Kiss here. Could take Vent Sentinel. Kind of cute. Smite's good. Merfolk Sky Scout's also fine. Interesting pack. I'm not sure what route I want to go here. I guess Vent Sentinel? I mean, there's a defender in this format called Overgrown Tomb. It's a 1 green, 1 colorless 0/4, and you can tap it to produce a green mana for each defender you control. So that could get out of hand pretty quickly. It's probably Vent Sentinel or the Sky Scout. I'm going to take the Vent Sentinel here. It's the more fun option, for sure. Along with that, this is a quite fun method of ending a game. Raid Bombardment. 1 red, 2 colorless enchantment. Whenever a creature you control with power 2 or less attacks, Raid Bombardment deals 1 damage to defending player. So if you have any number of little, Eldrazi tokens, you can just attack them in for 1 point of damage. I think I'm going to go ahead and take that here. Oh, I mean, Goblin Arsonist is just filler anyways, and Raid Bombardment has potential. We'll give this a shot. Ooh, Summons Wield, and that's kind of interesting. As did Pelakka Wurm. I mean, I'm going to take the Snake Umbra here, but there are some sweet synergies in this format with Pelakka Wurm. There's the Goblin Tunneler, which makes, target creature with power 2 or less unblockable until end of turn. And so you make the boar unblockable, it attacks, and it turns into a 7/1. I do like summons. This card can quickly end a game, but it's very high variance, and Snake Umbra is just very solid. Okay, we got the second Vent Sentinel on the wheel, which is nice. Stomper Cub's playable, but given the fact that I already have 1 Vent Sentinel... Oh, yeah. Given the fact that I already have 1 Vent Sentinel, it gets better in multiples. This deck is looking real good already. We can sit back with our life gain in big butts, and then just, burn them out. So probably not going to be playing this Raid Bombardment currently, but you never know. Going to be interesting. Bird Breathing is not very good. Irresistible Prey is playable. We'll take a sideboard Leaf Arrow for the Flyers. Unplayable. Some other random junks. Looking good so far. Well, we opened an Emrakul. I'm kind of obligated to take them because Emrakul is yeah, a $14 card, and also it's just awesome. The only card I would take here, and it would be a very, well, okay, that's not true, there are multiple good cards here. Heat Ray is great, Brimstone Mage is great, but again, while Emrakul is very unplayable, it is just super sweet and worth a bunch of tickets. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that here. If Emrakul wasn't here, if the rare was just some random junk thing, I would probably take Brimstone Mage. But I'm just gonna take this. I mean, it's too fun not to. Oh wow, another nice pack here for us. Stagger Shock and Ulamog's Crusher, both very good. I think the Crusher is a little bit better than Stagger Shock. But again, both are great. Oh man, given the fact that I'm playing this is a draft video for Gathering Magic. Oh man, I'm gonna see if I can get this into my deck somehow. We'll make the ramp deck. I'm gonna take the Crusher here over Stagger Shock. We're gonna try to do it. We're gonna try to have some fun. I really need to pick up like Undo Giants, more Growth Spasms, more ways to produce tokens, but if we can do this, it will be legendary. Pun intended, because, you know, well, you get it. Oh god, I really need to pick up some Overgrown Battlements. I think that's the key to this, picking up Overgrown Battlements, which, yuck. This pack is awful for us. Actual blanks. I mean, I don't have to play red, I guess. I only have 2 Vent Sentinels. Maybe it's time to look at a different color. I guess I can take the Balaged Scorpion here. Gravitational Shift is actually really, really solid in the correct deck. If I had opened this, I might have taken, you know, opened this in the first pack, I might have taken it and built around it, but as it stands, I can't. All of the red and green cards here are terrible, so we'll just take the Scorpion. Okay, another awful pack for us. Best card here being the Nirkana Cutthroat, by far. Yeah, I mean, it looks like we might move into black. Just not seeing any of the ramp. Man, God, if I could just pick up a few of those Overgrown Battlements or something. I really want to get this Emrakul into our deck if I can. Wow. Yeah, these packs are just awful. I'll take the Boar here. There's no good black or red. Jeez. Ooh, now that's an interesting one. I'm not sure what Gelatinous Genesis is doing here still. This is great in this ramp type deck. It's 1 green XX, put XX green ooze tokens onto the battlefield. So if I have 7 mana, say, I do 1 green and each of the X's is 3, I get 3 oozes. Now that doesn't seem very good, or maybe it does, but you know, it just scales up bigger and bigger. Kind of surprised. It looks like black is kind of open too, but Genesis is just a nice one. Yeah, best card here is being the Bloodrite Invoker. It looks like we might be moving into black over red. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm kind of blinding myself. All I want to do is build the sweet ramp deck with Emrakul, but I mean, super happy to get the 3rd Vent Sentinel, I guess. Okay, well, we're having fun here. Last Kiss is probably the correct pick and playing black, but with triple Vent Sentinel, I can't pass that up. Let's go for fun. Why not? Oh, Emrakul, you make me do silly things. I actually think Irresistible Prey is going to be a fine play here. Might even play the Boar. I really need to get some low drops, though. I think the best thing for us to open, if we're on this game plan, is like a Draga Tree Speaker, and then get past an Overgrown Battlement, and like pray we somehow get another one, and then get like a Dreamstone Hedron 4th pick. That would be the nuts. Would absolutely love to do that. I sound like a little schoolgirl. All I want to do is play Emrakul. Is that bad? Yeah, black is just still open. Haze Frog is not good. This is backup plan over here. The black cards are the backup plan, like the good backup plan. Because right now, if I weren't going cute with the Vent Sentinels, I think the green-black would certainly be a little bit stronger here. Go like this. Better curve. Creatures are still highly relevant, like Cutthroat, when it's fully leveled, is a 5/4 first strike death touch. Bloodrite Invoker, if you have 8 mana, it just ends the game super quickly, you know, in board stalls type things. We'll have to see, though. I am excited for this deck. It is looking interesting. Alright, come on. What pick are we on? This is going to be pick 11, yeah, so just... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some more black cards in the wheel, but that's the non-fun route. We want to have fun. I lied. These are all junk. If you do get a chance to draft in these Rise of the Eldrazi flashback drafts this week, I know this video is going to go up on Monday, which means you'll only have like 2 days to draft it, but they're Swiss events, and they are in the format of 6-2-2-2. So you get to play all 3 rounds if you want to. If you go 2-1, you get 2 packs, and then if you go 3-0, you get 6 packs. So the only losers are the people that, you know, go 1 and 2 or worse. But 4 people are gonna get, or sorry, 3 people are gonna get 2 packs. 1 person's gonna get 6. It's a pretty decent value draft overall. I need some Overgrown Battlements, some Jiraga Tree Speakers. I will take some more Growth Spasms. I will take some. I mean, there are plenty of other ways to. Oh man, Awakening Zone would be fine too, I guess. Wow, just look how open black is. This card's interesting. 2 black, 1 colorless for a 4/4, and then whenever it blocks or becomes blocked by a creature with power 1 or less, you have to sacrifice it and into combat, or destroy it into combat. So in a format with a ton of Eldrazi tokens and ways to produce tokens, it can be hit or miss. But if your opponent doesn't have it, then it's just a cheap 4/4 beater. Sometimes hard to deal with. All right, show me that Jiraga Tree Speaker. Show me that Overgrown Battlement. Show me that Deathless Angel. It's another pretty unbeatable card in this format. It's a 5/7 flyer for 6. And then for 2 white, you can give target creature indestructible until end of turn. So it can give itself indestructible. You know what? I kind of want to take Rapacious One, go into red for the fun, because Rapacious One is a good way to ramp out into Emrakul. But I think Nest Invader is probably the correct pick here for us. Man, Ogre Sentry too with triple Vent Sentinel. That's actually a thing. But I think we can wield it Ogre Sentry if we want to. I'll take the Nest Invader here and cry about it. Cry that I didn't get any ramp. Ooh, Pelakka Wurm. That's a real nice one. Alright, another bomb. Actually, this pack is real solid overall. Jeez. Just Pathrazer is not very good. It's too expensive, but Pelakka Wurm's insane. Evolving Wilds is nice. Flame Slash is just premium removal. Invoker is excellent late game. Nest Invader, just very solid. And then Knight of Cliffhaven also very, very good too. Good pickup though. Ramp, please. I don't think I've seen a single Overgrown Battlement this entire draft. If I could somehow just get 2, then I would instantly swap over to the red deck for Vent Sentinel, Overgrown. Our deck would be so good. As it stands, our deck is still solid, but, I mean, this is out of the question currently. And that's basically the only thing I want to do right now. Do I have enough win cons? Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, with Snake Umbra, this is just whenever it deals damage, right? Oh, yeah. So, I remember doing this back in the day. Snake Umbra plus Vent Sentinel. It's a wombo combo. You get to, you put the Snake Umbra on Vent Sentinel, and then whenever you use the Sentinel's ability, you get to draw a card. Pretty gross. Interesting pack here. Consume the Meek is like a pseudo-wrath. It's only for creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less, which is awkward. It's actually pretty bad in our deck, but it has high upside potential. Otherwise, I'd just be taking like an Essence Speed here, which is fine. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's fine. I think for potential's sake, we're going to take the Consume. Well, you know what? No, I told you guys I'm going to have fun. Let's have some fun. Let's cut those. Let's put the Vent Sentinels in. Let's take the Ogre Sentry. Let's do this. If they're not going to give me my ramp to be able to play Ulamog's Crusher, then... Oh, no, they did! Well, still, this is great. As I was saying, if they're not going to give me the ramp to play the Emrakul, then we'll go all in on the Defender plan. This is going to be fun. Sucks that I'm passing on to Giant, but if I can pick up just a few more really good pieces of ramp, I will put this Emrakul in my deck. Currently with only 1 Overground Battlement, that's not possible, but... Oh, gosh, please. One more. Just one more. Or like a Dreamstone Hedron. Any of those things will make me put Emrakul in my deck. Some nice levelers here. But we have another Vent Sentinel, which I can't pass. 4 Vent Sentinels is kind of insane. Wouldn't mind a Spawning Breath. And I don't like passing some of these other cards, but there's our deck. I mean, a few playable short right now, but with quad Vent Sentinel, we're going real deep. Ooh, yeah. Battle Ramparts, giving creatures haste. We'll take that. And it's a defender. I think I have, what, 7 defenders now in this deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, alright. Now this format's generally a 18 land format, and I think this deck is probably 18 land as well. That's not to say that, you know, you can't run 17. But, I mean, oh, wow, we did it. Okay. But there are so many high casting cost cards, so many creatures, you know, with expensive abilities like Outlasters and whatnot, that 18 is generally the norm. Okay, I think we're doing it now. There's still one more pack we haven't seen. If we somehow get a 3rd Overgrown Battlement, I was going to say I'd wet my pants. But we now have double Overgrown in addition to the 4 Vent Sentinels. I think I have to put this in my deck and just hope. Just try to get a little bit lucky. Because that's just too cool not to do. Let's be honest. I could also play this Warmonger's Chariot. It's an equipment. As long as a equipped creature has Defender, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. That's kind of funny in this deck. Funny, not good, I say. Funny. Alright. I think that's going to be the deck. I think we're going for it. Oh, man. I'm excited. If we can get double Overgrown Battlements out, then would not be surprised if we can get Emrakul as well. Some interesting cards here. I'm going to take this swipe, just so nobody plays against it, or plays it against us. Don't really want to have a Death Touch or run into our walls. It's pretty good. For playing red, we have no removal, which sucks, but I guess that's the price you pay for greatness. I wish you guys could see my face right now. I am just smiling ear to ear. Very, very excited to play this deck. Yeah, I think this is our deck right here. 18 lands. Again, Stomper Cub's fine, but we already have 2 great 5-drops for our deck. We'd rather have the life gain and the big butt. This is all about the Emrakul. All I want to do is play the Emrakul, and because this is Swiss, we have 3 match chances to do it. I mean, it's very possible we just burn them out with Vent Sentinels and, you know, maybe get in there with a Pelakka Wurm or something, but I don't remember the last time I was this excited to play a deck. Alright, you know, despite having twice as many green cards as red cards, we still want a decent amount of red sources, just because the Vent Sentinels all require red. I think we would probably go 10-8 here, or maybe 11-7. 11-7 at the minimum. I think I might go 10-8. We don't need that much green except for the Pelakka Wurm, but with the double Overgrown Battlement, that's not too much of an issue. And I really want to be able to activate the Vent Sentinels if I have multiples. So I think we're going to go 10-8 here. We are going to cross our fingers and hope that we get the dream of being able to play Emrakul in Limited. But if not, you know, we have other fine win cons for sure. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Let's submit this, and we'll see you back for round 1.
Thank you for watching Drafting with Numot. If you haven't already subscribed to Gathering Magic, you can do so to receive news of upcoming videos and discover new content. You can also check out our playlist that contains every episode of Drafting with Numot. And don't forget, you can easily watch the next video by clicking on the annotation on screen or a direct link in the video's description box. And as always, thanks for watching.